Oh, there's like something you do here, right? Something you might have to do.
Have you been getting it to work?
Yeah, it's been working. Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello. Is that it? Um, I feel like my top thing, yeah, but I feel like when they come in, they can't hear me. I can't remember. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Well, can you hear me? Hi, everybody. Hey, Robin. Hey, Rob.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Doug and Megan and Vicky. And I think that's Kathy. And Barbara. Good morning. Hey, there's a whole bunch of people joining us from home. Is everybody here okay at home? Awesome. I got a thumbs up from Megan. Oh,
We can hear you, but can't see you.
There we go. That's
There
the problem.
you go. Okay.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, we got someone joining us from Denver today. That's exciting. Hi, I'm Denver. Kathy's on, yeah. Kathy, everybody says hi from the room. All right. I'm going to start my playlist in 3, 2, 1 for everybody at home. Welcome, everybody. Notice how that feels. Let it start to clear. I don't think they can hear me. Can you hear me at home? No? Oh, yeah? Okay. Around our bellies, everybody at home. One cheek side. Lengthening out our breath. Through the nose. Oh. This next breath, let's take an inhale through the nose. Through the nose, closing the lips. Head. Deep breath here. And then we're ready to begin to right through stable posture for the knees. And exhale. Is this better, everybody at home? Just making some movements with the body, linking the breath to our body. So cat, cow, maybe making some circles with our hips.
Inhale, look up and lower the belly. Exhale, arch the spine, gazing at the thighs or maybe even the knees or maybe closing the eyes. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful, everybody. We use these first few moments at the beginning of class just to make this shift into this space, knowing we're going to get moving and flowing. But the only requirement today is to link our breath to this movement, letting our breath be the guide. And when we're ready, let's inhale, peek up, and then exhale, lifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet for this first round. Noticing how we feel. Inhale, peek forward. Exhale, walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Let's hang here in this standing forward fold just for a few rounds of breath. Maybe grabbing opposite elbow with opposite hand. Nodding yes and no with our necks, just letting the neck hang. Then planting the hands on the mat, peeking up and strengthening our backs. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float the feet to the back of the mat, high plank. We're gonna hold here for this first time together. Taking that full body scan. Can we work the shoulders away from the ears? Gripping the mat. This posture can be taken on the knees or the toes. We talk about working towards our edge in yoga. This edge, this place where anything more would be too much and anything less is not enough. Looks completely different for every single one of us. Let's take a breath in together and exhale. Come all the way back down to the bellies. Take one round of breath here. Now pushing back up to high plank, maybe on the knees, maybe on the toes. And just right back into downward facing dog. Lift those hips, pedal those feet out. Inhale, peek forward. Exhale, walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, peek up for length, fold forward. On the next inhale, circle the arms all the way up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Taking this moment to set our own intentions. Intention for the class. We are our own teachers today. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up overhead, and let's do some side bends, grabbing the left wrist with the right hand and bending over to the right. Inhale, back through center, other side. Inhale, center. Maybe taking a moment to bend, do a back bend, looking up on an inhale, and exhale, dive forward over straightish legs. Inhale, peek up for length. Exhale, plant those hands, walk or float the feet to the back of the mat. We lower either all the way down or to our low push-up chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, peek forward. Exhale, walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Peeking up for length on an inhale. Fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms all the way back overhead. Let's take this one breath, one movement on our own. sun salutation, letter A, to the measure of our own breath.
Follow the sun, direction of the birds, direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air. Cherish
Continuing to warm up the bodies. Taking a couple more full rounds to the measure of our own breath, letting that breath be our guide. We're gonna meet and standing at the front of the mat, taking our time to get there. Next time you find yourselves at the front of the mat, either hands to heart center or out to our sides. Strong, grounded. Inhale together and exhale, just lower the hips down. We're moving towards chair. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead and breathe. Working that belly button towards the spine. Maybe we lower the hips just 1, 2 inches. Extending the arms up and gazing up at the hands. It's these postures that feel a little edgy. Start to build some heat where we can assess where we're at. Just notice. On an exhale, swing the arms back, staying low in that chair. Both hands reaching toward the back of the room. Inhale, swing them forward, maybe even rising up to the toes. Exhale, let it go, fold over straightish legs. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, plant the hands, walk or float the feet to the back of the mat, lower down, Vinyasa, yogi's choice. When we get there, on an inhale, lifting that right leg up to three-legged dog, opening, twisting, opening the hip, stacking that hip on top of the other. Let's straighten those hips back. So working to square the hips towards the mat, but it's definitely gonna come down a couple inches. Inhale here, and then exhale, step it through, warrior one. Pivoting the back foot flat, arms raised. Holding here. Let's take a deep breath in together and then exhale, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back, staying deep in that front right leg in a lunge. Working the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Hands, palms either facing down or up at the sky. Inhale together and then exhale a side prayer squat to the back of the room. Left leg, left knee bends. Flexing that right foot so the toes are reaching toward the ceiling. If we're ultra super bendy, maybe even working up a couple inches. There we go. Awesome. Modifications. Makes it a little more challenging. You'll feel it a little more. Working toward that edge. Looks different for every one of us. And then on an inhale, let's side prayer squat to the front of the room. Right knee bends. Left foot flexes towards the ceiling. Hands to heart center. Inhale together and then exhale, just plant the hands into a low runner's lunge. Step it back, vinyasa. Yogi's choice, awesome work. When we get to that down dog, inhale the left leg, open, stack, twist. Let's work to square those hips once again. Taking an inhale here and exhale, step it through. Warrior one on the left side. Holding here, breathing here. Exhale, warrior two. Extending that left arm forward. Can we lunge a little deeper into that left leg? Can we pull back? Where is our edge? Let's take an inhale together and exhale, squat to the back of the room. Front of the room, yogis. Let's breathe up, coming to the front. Awesome work. Building that heat. Take an inhale here and then plant the hands at the front in a low runner's lunge. Step it back. Lower down, vinyasa. Let's take 3 deep breaths in this down dog. Take the third together. Inhale, peek forward. Exhale, walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Peek up for length. Fold forward. Bend those knees. Circle the arms all the way overhead. Chair pose. Exhale, swinging those arms behind us. Inhale, bring them in front, lifting those toes, lifting the heels maybe. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back, vinyasa. Right when we get there, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale to set it, warrior two on an exhale. Side prayer squat to the back and then to the front at the measure of our breath. Take an inhale here and then exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Meet in down dog. We got the left side. Left leg lifts, step it through for warrior one. Warrior two, we've got this. Side prayer squat to the back. Come to the front. Step it back, vinyasa. All right, yogis, we're coming back to the front of the mat for our chair pose. Taking what we need, leaving what we don't. This is our sun bead. Take a few rounds to the measure of our own breath. Taking this time to assess. Keep going. We've got another full song to flow on our own. Such a strong group. Beautiful work, yogis. Keep going. Starting to finish up whatever we're working on. Let's finish this last round. Meeting in child's pose. Taking our time. Knowing that this pose is always available, whether or not it's called out, whether or not it's cued. For some of us, this is the edge, this is the edgy part. And we're asked to slow down, especially when Usher is playing. When we are ready, coming up to table, meeting in high plank, either on the toes or on the knees, or not at all. We need to stay in child, stay in child. We're gonna hold here, so breathe. On this exhale, as slow as we possibly can, lowering all the way down to the belly. Either staying here, or if the breath supports it on an inhale, pushing all the way back up to high plank. We can take a step on our knees on the way there, or just come straight back into high plank. I know for me, it's really hard to hold these postures, these edgy postures, when there's fun music playing and all I want to do is flow. Exhale, lower down once again, all the way to the belly. Inhale, when the breath supports, up to table. We're gonna make our way to our back. So just lower the hips to the side, however we need to get there. Inhale, boat pose, lifting the legs, maybe lifting the arms, opening that chest. Can we sit up a little higher? Can we extend that chest open? So many options here. Bending the knees, straightening the knees, placing the hands behind our back onto the floor. Take an inhale together and exhale, low boat pose. Hovering those feet above the mat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Taking a couple rounds of this inhale to high, exhale to low, to the measure of our own breath. Are we at our edge? Hug the knees into the chest. All right, we've got a couple more minutes for these core strengthening postures. Yogi's choice. Let's start with bicycles. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Letting the breath be the guide. Bicycle pose. Grabbing the knees and hugging in whenever we need, or otherwise keep going if the breath supports us. Giving ourselves a hug together. Squeeze the knees into the chest. We do these postures, we work our core. We get comfortable being uncomfortable so that we can change the way we think and change the way we react when we leave this room. Yes, our body will change. Yes, we might be able to see some muscles in our bellies, but that's just icing on the cake. That's secondary to the shift that happens when we're ready. Inhale, lifting those legs straight up to the sky, placing the hands below the hips. Inhale together and exhale, slowly lower the feet and legs down to about 1 inch off the mat. Inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower. Let's do 10 of these to the measure of our own breath. When we finish 10, hugging the knees in, getting some momentum, rocking back and forth. We're gonna come all the way up to downward dog, maybe grabbing some water on the way. Toweling off, stopping in child's, whatever we need before we continue to build our third and final flow. Taking our time, we'll meet in downward facing dog. How does it feel different from the first time we were in this posture? Amazing work, yogis. When we're ready, on an inhale, lifting that right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Inhale, keeping on the ball of that back foot, crescent warrior. Exhale, thunderbolt, hands behind us, reaching, extending to the back of the room. Back to crescent on an inhale. And reverse revolve. Right hand, left pocket. Left arm stays up in the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, vinyasa. Meet in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts when we get there. Inhale, step it through, crescent warrior. All a yoga teacher has to do to get me to my edge is ask me to hold crescent for longer than usual. If we notice fidgeting, just notice. Exhale, extending those hands back, thunderbolt. We feel the fire. Let's come back up through crescent. Reverse revolved. Left arm, right pocket, right arm stays lifted. The next exhale, let it go, step back, vinyasa. Let's put it together and add on. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, crescent warrior. Inhale to set, and then exhale, thunderbolt. Arms extend to the back. Back through crescent on an inhale. Reverse revolve. Adding on, we're going all the way to revolve triangle at the front. So bringing that left arm all the way into the inside of the right foot. Right arm extends. We have to bring our feet up probably a couple inches, all 10 toes towards the front of the mat. Setting the right arm down, hand down first. We're going to triangle. So keeping the right hand in front of that right foot, extending the left arm up, opening towards the long wall. Setting that left hand down on the mat, we're going to yoga walk with our hands towards the back of the mat to low runner's lunge towards the back of the room. Take a breath here and just step it back. Vinyasa, that's our second layer. Do the other side together. So when we get there, inhale, that left leg lifts. We facing the back of the room. We start on the left. Step it through for crescent. Exhale for thunderbolt. Come back through crescent and then reverse revolve. Adding that revolve triangle. Straightening that front knee exactly, yep. Lifting the left arm to the sky to triangle. So setting the left hand down, opening up that right arm to the sky. Setting it down and yoga walk to the front of the room. Bending that front right knee, step it back, vinyasa. Let's put this together, one breath, one movement. We'll have plenty of time to flow on our own. Right leg lifts, crescent warrior. Thunderbolt. Through crescent and then reverse revolve. Revolve triangle. To triangle pose. Yoga walking the hands to the back of the mat. To low runner's lunge, step it back, vinyasa. Amazing work, everybody. Let's do one more side together. Left leg lifts when we get there. Crescent warrior. Thunderbolt. Reverse revolve. Revolve triangle. Triangle pose. And let's bring it on to the front. Letting the breath be the guide. Lower down, vinyasa. This is our first two layers. Let's flow on our own to the measure of our own breath, knowing that any restorative posture is always available. Working towards our yoga edge, knowing that everybody's edge looks different. All of the postures are only suggestions, adding what we need, leaving what we don't. Next time we're in low runner's lunge, whether we're in the front of the mat or the back, hold there. Taking our time, holding in low runner's lunge. From low runner's lunge, inhale, airplane, straightening that front leg, arms extend to the back of the mat, lifting the back leg off the mat. Taking flight here. Half moon, lift, bringing that left hand or whichever front, same as the front leg that's on the ground. That hand comes out a couple inches in front of that foot, opening up the right hand up to the sky. Can we take a peek at that floating toe, those floating toes, and see if we can just see them, making sure they're not too far back behind us. Curtsy squat, back leg behind the front leg, coming into a little ball. Hands can be on the mat or at heart center. Standing splits. Lifting that back leg up, hands to the mat. Exhale, slowly lowering the back leg. Step, bringing the front leg to meet it. Lower down, vinyasa. Flow through, we know the rest. We're adding on just those last few postures. I'll call them out when we get there. So we're just adding those last four postures onto the flow. It's airplane, half moon, curtsy squat, standing splits. All suggestions. I'll call them one more time. It's airplane, half moon, curtsy squat to standing splits. Plenty of time to flow, plenty of time to add on.
Spirit of Maryland calling me, order me.
One more full song to flow, to make it our own, to find our edge. Taking our time to finish what we're working on. We've got a full minute. Time for one full round, both sides. Child's pose. Child's pose. We're still flowing, just taking our time to get there. No rush. Inhale to table and back to downward facing dog. For so many of us, for me, I get so much joy out of the flowing, the moving, the sweating. I don't find my edge until I'm asked to slow down. Start to feel really uncomfortable. And that's where this shift happens for me. Let's lift our right leg up to the sky. Exhale, stepping it outside of the right foot. Lowering that back knee down. This may be enough. Or we inhale for a little bit of length and then exhale, bringing the elbows down to the mat, the forearms down to the mat, just folding in here. Maybe walking that right foot out a couple inches. Before we let go in this posture, just making sure that our back knee cap is not on the mat, but it's really the top of the knee. So maybe shifting forward just a couple centimeters. Breathe. Inhale, slowly start to lift out. Coming back to table. Then downward facing dog, maybe shaking out that right leg as we get there. Pedaling the feet, and then inhale that left leg up to the sky. Stepping it outside the left foot on an exhale. Setting that back knee down. This time before we fold in, let's work towards the top of the knee. So making sure we're not right on top of our kneecap. Taking an inhale for length. Either staying here or folding in onto the forearms, lowering them down to the mat. Inhale to lift out. Slowly coming back through table and then to downward facing dog. Shaking that left leg or just setting it right down. We're going to come down to our back. So however we need to get there, maybe coming back through to table, setting the hips down, maybe just rolling over. Inhale, extend the feet to the sky for candlestick pose. So just working those feet to flex towards the ceiling like they're pushing against the top of the room. Let's bring the knees into the chest and hug them close. letting them fall to either side, extending the arms out to a T. Gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Inhale back through center. And exhale, letting them fall to the opposite side. Inhale the knees back through center. Got about 30 seconds to take whatever we need, whether we go straight into Shavasana or any other posture that we feel we need this morning. We're ready. Extending the feet out to the front corners of the mat. Hands next to our hips, palms facing up. Let's take one deep breath in through the nose together. Let it go. Take rest. Start to bring some awareness back to the body. Gently wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe making some circles with the wrists and the ankles. Then bringing our knees to our chest one final time. Let's take a deep breath here. Then exhale, slowly fall to one side. Taking a moment to just notice how we feel. What's changed? What's shifted? And pushing up to seated posture, the front of our mats. Either hands to heart center or on the knees. Thank you so much to each of you in this room and at home for showing up, for working towards our edge. I have so much gratitude for each of you. Namaste. Awesome work, yogis. Thank you so much, everybody at home.
Thanks for
Great.
class, Katie.
Thank you, Robin. Thanks, Kathy, Megan, Rob.
Thanks, Katie. Bye.
Great weekend, everybody. Everybody at home, we've got lots of stuff going on. We have a community class on Tuesday night that's benefiting a group called Stop AAPI Hate. That's actually going to take place here and virtually, 7 p.m., 7:15 p.m. Teacher training in April and March challenge, a couple more days. So let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Um, hmm. Somebody might have been wearing sparkles. That always